Today we're getting ready to process our meat birds, and we have a crate here that we ordered that has our chicken plucker in it, the cones, a knife set, and the shrink wrap bags that we're gonna put the chickens in. We ordered it from Wright Farm, which is a company just across the state line in Texas, and we've had it for a couple of weeks, but we haven't needed it, so I haven't unboxed it yet. So we're fixing to unbox it to make sure we have everything we need so that we can process the chickens. Be careful because this metal is a little sharp.
And there's nothing.
Oh, lots of packing paper. It might be...
the same one.
Okay, so this is what we got. We bought their Pro, I think it's either the large or extra large plucker. I'll have to look to see, but it was where we could do small turkeys if we wanted to also. We bought a 48 pack of their shrink wrap bags because we've only got 20 something chickens that we're doing this time. And then we bought their cones. I don't remember which size we bought on those either, because like I said, it's been a while, but it's the ones they recommended. And so we've got 4 of them. We're going to set up a board or something on some posts to set those up to use those, and we'll clean those out. And then we bought their knife set, butchering knife set that has several different knives and stuff that we'll be using. We'll show those later whenever we open everything up. But the main thing, let me get it, I'll show you. Watch out. This chicken plucker should save us a lot of time, because what it does is you put the chickens in. I think this one will hold 3, maybe 4. I don't remember exactly, but you put them in there, you'll turn it on, it'll spin, you spray some water in it, it'll knock the feathers off, and then the feathers will discharge out the bottom out of this thing right here. And so they'll get out of your way. But you can see all the different plucking fingers in here. These are all replaceable if you have some that break eventually, but they said if you take care of them, they'll last for a long time.
Orange ones.
And it's got them on the bottom too.
They're orange.
Yeah. But then this is the largest model that they offered that was 110. The next size up required a 220 electrical connection, and we didn't want to have to do that. So this is the one we're going to start with and try, and you'll get to see how it works along with us. I'm just looking at it, it looks pretty nice. There are some things that could be a little neater, but like the discharge, I mean, where that lines up, that's got like a few burrs and stuff. And so, I mean, you can tell it's not machine made all the way anyhow. So hopefully it'll work pretty good, but you'll be along with us while we check it out.
I think this is cool.
Yeah, it's neat that it gets rid of the feathers for us.
Because there's a little slot down here that goes down the feathers.
Yep. But we just wanted to show you what we had here. We've still got to get some stuff together and wait till Kimberly gets off. And so we'll be back with you in just a few minutes.
Hi guys, welcome to Ground Family Farm.
Today, we're going to be processing our meat birds. We've been talking about it for a little while, and the day is finally here. We've got everything set up. We did kind of the Joel Salatin routine of doing open air processing. It just makes cleanup easier and all that. So we're out here. We've got stuff kind of set up in a circle to kind of just go between stations. And we'll take you around and let you see each station, and then we're going to get started. This is the table where we're going to do the actual processing. We've got it bleached off, cleaned off, and ready to go. We'll start out over here by the tractor. We've got our cones hanging up on a 4x4 post with buckets underneath. After we take care of the dispatching, they'll move to the scalding pot where we'll scald them. It'll be about 140, 145 degrees for about 90 seconds. And then we're going to move over here to the plucker. This is the plucker we were showing you earlier that we had unboxed.
Can I show them?
Sure. I got it. It's got a power button. You turn the power on. The bottom spins.
Can't touch it though.
And then hopefully they'll be plucked clean. Once they do that, we'll move over to the table, get them processed, and then they'll go in the ice chest of ice cold water while we process the rest of them, and then we'll take care of the rest. Here's the first round that we're going to start with in the dog crate over there. So we're fixing to get started. We're starting to finish up for this round of birds. We ended up with 18 18 because we had a couple. The scalder got too hot and we didn't realize it, and it had made their skin just peel apart. So we lost those two. But the we've scalded these, ran them through the plucker. It did pretty good. After the disaster with the water being too hot, we cooled it off some and got a little too cool. So there's a few extra feathers on these than the others have been. But when they're like that, you just pluck the extras off and then start going to work. We're not really doing a how-to on how to process chickens this round. Mainly this is what we were doing today, so we thought we'd film it and let you see. Our main reason for doing this is because we want to have fresh meat to eat on our farm that we've grown. We know how it was grown, and we know what all went into it. And you just don't get that with supermarket stuff. We also, give me that knife. We also had the girls out here earlier. They were helping. We figured Izzy'd be the one that would have the trouble because she's usually the one with the weak stomach, but she was all about it. Because there's parts of it that's pretty gross, and then other parts not so much. Abby, she was here too, but she started getting a little queasy, so she decided to take off so she could go play. And then Izzy stayed for a little while longer, and then she decided she wanted to go play too. So they're off playing somewhere. But like I said, pretty much like I said, we bought this plucker, and it has been a game changer for processing chickens. It's so much better than having to pluck them all by hand, because if we'd done that, we probably would have just skint them, because just the few we've had to do, we know we don't want to have to pluck them all by hand, and I commend anybody that does that. But we were fortunate enough to be able to purchase a plucker, and so we're glad that we did. But
I think this one's real good.
we're just processing all these whole. We swap sides because she picks the feathers off and I clean the insides and cut what needs to be cutting off. But we process them all whole. We're going to bag them up whole, and we've got shrink wrap bags that we're going to use on them. But they'll sit in a cooler of ice water overnight to kind of it's pretty much to let the muscles relax before you bag them and freeze them. And so it's just a matter of taking off the feet. We take off the necks because we don't really have a use for it. We don't use it to make broth or stuff like that. A lot of people do, so people that want to save it can, but it's not something we do. Maybe in the future, but not right now. And like I said, we didn't really want to do a how-to video because there's other people out there that are pros at this and we're not so much. But we do it to take care of our stuff, so.
We've got a pretty good rhythm down now, too.
Yeah, it was slow starting, but the more we've done, the better it's gotten.
Just this round, they had a few more feathers than the other rounds, so it's taken me a little longer to get them prepped for him.
Yeah, because she'll usually take care of any extra feathers. I will take out the crop, the neck, head, the insides, and all that. And then she'll handle the lungs after that. And when she handles lungs, I start with the next batch so that we're ready to go. But like I said, if it's something you've thought about doing, it seems overwhelming at first, but it's really not that bad. Like I said, there's a lot of good videos out there that show how to do it.
I was really afraid I would be squeamish taking care of these, but I have been fine, so just to let you know, if that's a concern, it might not be as bad as you think.
Yeah. But like I said, we're going to end up with 18, so it's not as many as we wanted, but it's pretty good for this batch because we're going to have we kind of made a mud hole here with all the water, but like I said, that's one good thing about doing it Joel Salatin method of being outside is it's really easy whenever you have a mess to just get a water hose, spray it off, and keep on going. Like I said, we keep the table clean and everything, but other than that, it's not been too bad. Hey everybody, we're back with you. It's the next day. We've let the chickens cool or chill in ice water overnight, and so we're getting ready to bag them up and put them in shrink bags. We've got our water heating up. It's the same one that we used whenever we were getting ready to pluck them, but it's been cleaned, sanitized, all that good stuff, so it's a clean pot. We showed you yesterday unboxing the chicken plucker, and then we showed you kind of the tools and how we were going to go about processing the chickens, how we did it, the plucker being used, and also of the a little bit of the processing. We weren't really doing a how-to video, but just more of showing you what we were doing for the day. And processing chickens is what we did, at least for the afternoon, because Kimberly had to work in the morning, and so we did it, I don't know, it was about 3 hours getting everything set up and getting finished. But now we're to the point that we're getting ready to put them in the bags and shrink wrap them. And so this is our first one trying. I'm going to try, I've seen a couple different methods. One method was bags and they put a slit in it to let the air out. I've squeezed most of the air out. The other one was they used a tube. We don't have a tube, so the slit method with a knife is what we're going to use if we have to. But I'm going to see what happens if I don't do it with all, because there's really not that much air left in them. But our water is about the right temperature. We're going to go dip one, and then we'll give you a close-up of that in a minute. Here's what they look like right now, processed. We did not keep the necks on them like we said before, but a lot of people do, and you can, but we just didn't want to. A few of them had like maybe some bad bruises or something like on the wings or something. We took those off. We had to, but other than that, it's pretty much a whole chicken. Like I said, I'm going to try doing this without slitting it or a tube and see what happens. We use zip ties on them. We're going to see. The water's about 180 degrees. And so you're supposed to just have to do it for a few seconds. And these gloves are supposed to be, heat proof up to a certain temperature. I mean, you can feel the heat, but it doesn't burn you. So we're just going to put them in there for a few seconds.
And grab them out.
Yep, and grab them out.
And then they swap them out.
I think it probably does need a slit in it. We'll make sure we use this one toward the first, but I think the rest of them I'm going to do it. One person I saw, it was a neat trick, so you know where to put the tape after you do the slit. Don't put that in your drink. Is to take a marker and mark the chickens where you're going to put the slit, and then that way you can find it later to put tape over it. But like I said, this one's still, the air's still in there. I don't know what would happen if I slid it now and did it, so I'm just not going to do that. And I'll put this toward the top, and we'll just make sure we use it one of the first ones. But I'm going to go mark these and put a slit in them, and then we'll do several at a time. Got a few marked and a few slits cut in. We're going to see how that goes, see if that works better. Oh yeah.
Oh goodness.
It did.
Much better.
Well, it sucked up some water, but we're going to dump out what we can. So yeah, it definitely works better having the slit in it, but then you got to worry about water. So we're going to see what we got to do to keep that from happening. Like I said, this part's a learning curve for us because we've never done this before, but we'll see what. That one did pretty good. A little bit of water, but not bad. But look how pretty those look. I mean, it just really shakes them up. And those, I mean, that's a good looking bird right there. It's really good. We're very proud of these. These were a little bit bigger than what we were expecting, but we had to end up leaving them an extra week and a half or so than what we were wanting to. And so with these kind of birds, that's a lot of weight, but it's just going to be more to eat later. Here are the chickens we have chilling on ice. I'm fixing to get some bags, and we're going to bag up a few more. Abby will come over here and get the twist ties. Zip ties, I mean. I'm going to get some gloves.
Can I bag one up?
If you want.
What?
Izzy's going to first, though, because you did earlier she wanted to. Okay, so this is what we do here. First things first, gotta get the gloves on.
Yep. Don't want to.
Okay, hang on, this is what we gotta do. You don't want them to be overly wet or a bunch of water down in them or ice, and so we're picking them up and dumping them out And I set them over here first to kind of let them dry out for a second, and then we'll get a bag ready. Oh, we'll use this one since it about fell in there. Okay, Izzy, you gonna put it in? Okay, pick up that one.
What color zip tie?
Doesn't matter.
Pink? Yes, it does.
Pick it up. Just grab it. You're gonna have to flip it upside down. Hang on. Here, let go for a minute. Hold it. Grab it like that. I'll open it up. Work the wings in. Okay, let go. Then you just drop them in like that. And then what I do is I'll use the side of the ice chest and kind of squeeze all the water out I can do. Give it a couple of good spins. Say, zip tie me. That makes her hand me a zip tie. She won't do it unless you say that. Then I just run a zip tie through here, pull it really tight, and then we just stack them up over here out of the way for a minute.
Want me to go put it over there?
No, it's not ready until we put it in the water. Okay, I'll get another bag ready. You gonna do it again, Iz? Okay.
And you have to say zip tie me and then I'll pull out.
Work its wings in. Let go.
That one's a bigger one.
Yep.
Zip tie me?
Yeah, we're lucky that the bags held as good that they held them, because, like I said, these chickens were a lot bigger than what we were initially expecting. But
Ready to say it?
zip tie me.
Next time do pink. Next do no. And then
We need a bag. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just keep the top part out. Okay.
Is this?
Nope, other way. Yeah, this one, the wings were bruised really bad, so we just took them off. So then I'll take it. Like I said, I'll squeeze as much air out as I can get. Zip tie me.
You get orange.
Okay, so what I've been doing on these is, like I said, I just take it and I just put a little black mark so I know where I'm going to be slitting them. Because in a minute, after we do them, we will put a piece of tape over them whenever we put them in the freezer.
Yep, we have a humongous freezer.
Yeah, we've just cleaned out a spot for these the other day in the freezer. Well, that's wet, so it's not working. Oh well.
I got new gloves on so I can hold these.
Hey, we're not ready for those for a minute. It's going to be a while. We got to cook all these first. Okay, hang on. I got to get... I don't care.
There's 4 more days till I turn 10.
Yep, Abby's birthday. I about pulled you in with it. Yep, she will be 10 in 4 days.
Yeah, presents, cake, and ice cream.
She's asked if we'd go live for a few minutes on her birthday, so we're thinking about if we can work it in.
Yeah.
That we will do that, but
Yeah.
Kimberly will be baking a cake for her birthday, so you'll probably get to see a video on that. Can't do this part because the fire's hot. Okay, so like I said, with this, just stick it in. It'll bubble as it gets the air out of the bags. Looky there. Good tight seal. Hang on. I gotta go put this one in the basket before we can... She might not want to. Okay. Like I said again, just stick it in. The water will bubble out for a minute.
Make sure you have gloves.
Or the air will bubble out, not the water. And then you got a nice tight seal. Like I said, that looks like a professional job.
Which it is.
Well, kind of. Now, this is the Homesteader Special. Just hold it in the water for a minute.
Look! There's 3 blue and 3 pink. Waffles is my
Whew.
crazy.
Glove's getting hot.
Look at it, guys.
I got it.
This is the same color of each. Waffles is my course. Okay. I don't know if that can and there's 3 of each color, which is
Yep.
crazy. Look. Well, we did use one of the pinks.
What?
These are the last 2.
Yeah, of the batch we have. Yeah. Hand me one.
I'm good. Okay.
Leave the other in the ice water till it's time.
That's hot.
Very.
Chicken's ready. Beautiful. Do you think we're only gonna need 6?
Yeah, that should be it for the number of chickens we have.
We have a lot.
As long as I didn't miscount.
Hopefully you didn't.
Hope not, but you never know.
Or mommy. Or anyone in the world.
Yeah.
For us, yes.
Okay. Well, like I said, I just can't get over how nice those look. I just really like that. It's going to be yummy to eat.
Then mount it on your wall.
So that's a rundown of how our chicken processing day went. Like I said, it was a lot of learning new stuff and maybe new methods. We've processed chickens before, but it's the first time we used a plucker. And overall, it worked pretty good. We did notice that it's very dependent on the temperature of the scald water that you use. Whenever it was not warm enough, they didn't peel or the feathers didn't pluck very good. And whenever it was too hot, it peeled the skin off. So we lost a couple chickens because of that, but we got it fixed after that. And like I said, everything overall, we're pretty happy with the plucker. We're fixing to have to clean it up and see how that goes, but we'll be processing more chickens later. Like I said, this was not a how-to video because I don't think we're really to the level of teaching yet on how to, or there's a lot of other videos out there that are a lot better, that more experienced, like the Joel Salatin, things like that. Those are really good, and maybe someday we'll get to that point of doing that, but we just wanted to bring you all along with us so you can see our day. And like I said, we're gonna get everything cleaned up, and we'll catch you next time.